I Got the Hell Out does contain explicit content that might not be suitable for some listeners, such as children, those that easily get offended, and we do recommend that listeners at work put your earbuds in if you have coworkers around.
And if you like the show, please spread the word by telling as many people as you can. Would also appreciate if you would subscribe, rate, hopefully with 5 stars, and review the podcast on iTunes. You can find us there as well as on Stitcher and Overcast. You can follow us on Twitter at WasInACult, on Facebook at I Got the Hell Out, and on Instagram at I Got the Hell Out with an underscore after each word. You can contact us through our website at IGotTheHellOut.com.
Hi. This is Debbie.
Oh, and I'm Laura. This is going to be a good episode.
And this is I Got the Hell Out.
Okay, what was that? Hi?
I don't know. It just kind of popped out because we really didn't decide who was going first today.
No, we didn't really decide anything.
No, we just decided to get together and do this episode. And for Pat and Nancy out there,
our moms.
Yes, that was a very special Mother's Day gift that you could share with any friends, any family.
The gift of us not swearing. But since Mother's Day is over, guess what?
See, me and my mother had this discussion, and she thinks that we should continue to do this without
Well,
swearing.
my mom does too, but
see, this is one of the few outlets in life that I can totally be myself. Say what's on my mind the way I want to say it.
Right.
Because in most society, you have to watch what you say. Certain subjects are taboo.
Right. Be politically correct.
Yes.
And all that kind of crap.
And I swear a lot.
I do too. And for me, the way I describe it sometimes is it's like a reflex.
Yes.
My reaction when I swear, sometimes it's like a sneeze. I mean, it just comes out. It comes out.
Do you know what I really missed last week?
What?
The look on your face as your jaw drops and you go, "Are you shitting me?" Honestly, that I missed that so much.
Well, you know what though? With today, I have a feeling I'll be saying that quite a bit.
Okay, well, we had a really nice rainstorm here, but because I got done with errands today and I sat like as a creeper a street over by the park instead of pulling in your driveway. And
I'm gonna have to check like on my neighborhood's Facebook page. They're gonna be like, "There's a creepy van."
I'm telling you, because there's like these 2 dudes who kept looking at me
hard. Oh my god. I will laugh so hard. And if it is on Facebook, I will post that on social media so people can read about you being a creeper.
It was the guy at the very end by you, across the street from the tennis courts. Kind of an Italian-looking dude, dark hair. And then I guess it was a teenage kid or boy, maybe young teens, that lives directly across from the tennis courts.
Okay, I don't know. I just hope they post it on our Facebook page. Okay, I will laugh so hard.
Okay. Anyway,
you
Nancy and Pat, we're sorry, but we love
Mother's
you.
Day's over.
Anyway, I spotted the new moon coming over tonight. The new moon is the smallest, tiniest little piece of crescent moon in the sky.
Oh, right. Yeah, before it starts.
New moon.
Wait, no, it's waning and waxing, or waxing and waning.
One of those two.
I think waxes as it gets bigger, waning is when it gets smaller.
I couldn't tell you. But I spotted that, and that was another trigger, seeing the very fingernail of the crescent of the moon. Because we would have the gatherings to spot the new moon up at the feast grounds.
What was so?
Because
wait, I thought that you didn't like worship the moon or do solstice or all that kind of stuff.
No, when you would spot the very first crescent
someone
of the moon,
won a prize?
Well, I don't remember. Well, you kind of, the first person to spot it and start screaming, and then everybody'd start cheering. And like half the time, I couldn't see it. And I'd be like, "Oh, yeah, there it is."
But who cares about the new moon?
Because it sets the feast days of when the feasts start and things like that. But yeah, that's another trigger for me. I look up and I see, "Oh, look, the little fingernail moon. Yay." Yeah.
Oh, that
I would love.
Weird.
Yeah, I'm gonna give a shout out to your dog for not barking.
Well, it's a nice day today, so don't get too excited quite yet about him not barking, because I'm sure he will today.
But he helped out on our Mother's Day issue. Why do I keep calling it an issue? It's an episode.
Issue episode, whatever.
Issue episode, whatever, ever. The Kool-Aid that we are drinking today is entitled The Nuclear Meltdown.
Okay, what is it?
Because it's Happy Doomsday, remember?
That's right. The episode today is all about Doomsday. Why?
Well, because we've talked a lot about the Old Testament, polygamy, but we really haven't really touched on the Doomsday,
The end of the world.
aspect, because it was a Old Testament polygamous Doomsday cult.
So today's Doomsday.
Well,
Apparently,
yes.
many times you said it was Doomsday. The end of the world was supposed to come many times, and it didn't.
Yes, and I actually talked to a few ex-members, and I asked them to give me their thoughts and ideas. What's the most memorable thing about Doomsday? We'll get into that later, but they actually gave me the 5 dates that they remember.
Oh, get out.
And some of the reasons of why the dates kept changing.
Oh, get out.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Back to the Kool-Aid.
Okay.
We really didn't have any culty corrections or updates. The excuse me. The only thing I wanted to say was, you almost baited me into swearing last week. The full
I
title,
wanted you to swear so badly.
I wanted you to swear. My van's filthy. But the full title of the drink was called Bless Your Heart.
We called it Bless Your Heart.
Because down south, like, if I really wanted to be, I didn't like you and you said something in public, you go, well, bless your heart.
So that's not a nice thing to say.
No, it really kind of means fuck you, bitch. That's the name of
the polite Southern way of saying.
Yeah, while you're out in public. Everybody knows what you're saying, but you're not saying the offending words.
Ooh.
So, yeah. Now back to the nuclear meltdown.
Okay.
I made this one up, okay?
Go for it.
You start with orange-flavored Kool-Aid.
Okay.
And you only use half the amount of water you're supposed to use.
Okay.
And you don't use any sugar. The space that's left, you use 1/4 Fireball whiskey and 3/4 vodka. In place of those two things, in place of the water. Or if you want to get super nuclear, you only put half of the vodka and you put in 1/4 Everclear. Like matching amounts of Everclear and Fireball, and then the rest vodka.
Okay.
You then make lemonade flavored ice cubes.
Just like regular
Lemonade
Kool-Aid.
flavored Kool-Aid. Do put the sugar in.
And just make ice cubes.
And when you put the ice cubes in, with the orangeness of the Fireball and the Kool-Aid and the melting ice, it does look like a nuclear column going up.
Nice little end of the world drink.
Yeah, but see, I don't like Fireball, so I won't be drinking that. But I made it up.
All right, we get points for making it up.
All right. Okay, moving on here.
Oh, I want to talk about this article that you brought. Who gave this thing to you?
My dad gave it to me. He's 73, I think.
He's 73. This is in the ARP magazine.
AARP.
AARP, ARP, whatever. I mean, I think I'm old enough to be a member myself, actually.
I think it's 50.
Bingo.
Okay. Haha, you're old. I'm not.
Anyway, no, there's an article in here about podcasting and explaining to old people.
Oh, we're sorry for old people.
Sorry.
I mean, is that politically correct, old people?
I don't know, but if they're quote old people listening to this, they're not really old people because they're with it.
Gotcha.
Know what I'm saying?
There was a demographic on there that showed that we do have women that listen to us between the ages of 45 and 65, and I think maybe 1 or 2 over the age of 65.
Okay.
So,
well, how about we say
older generation?
Anyone that receives the ARP magazine or
Yes.
is qualified to receive the ARP magazine.
Correct.
AARP, ARP, whatever. There's an article, it says, A New Golden Age of Audio. And it's talking all about podcasts and what they are and where you can listen to them. So they're trying to reach out to everybody to get
Well, that's because they got
podcasting
all
out there.
kinds of neat ones. If you're
Well,
even
but
into
that's-
knitting, they
But
might
that's
they might
so
review
awesome about
something.
it is because I guess older people, I guess that's the right word, I don't know, like listen to the radio. And the thing about podcasting is it's like a radio show, but you can pause it.
Well, see,
and you can come back to it.
I told him about our show, and he refused for years upon years upon years to carry a cell phone with him.
Okay.
And me and my sister are always like, well, look, if you break down, you can call AAA or one of us. If you're walking the dog and you start feeling dizzy or get a heart attack, you can dial 911.
Yeah.
And he fought technology. He does not have a computer, has never even turned one on.
Wow.
And he got fed up with his phone company, and him and his friend went to the AARP store, and he got an Android phone.
Okay.
Oh, Laura, it has not been a fun 2 months trying to teach the man how to use it because he gets frustrated angrily, easily. And he wanted to know how to view his photos. So instead of scrolling, doing this, going through all this stuff and teaching him that, I just went on to where the photo is, held on to it, and moved it over to the main screen. And he starts yelling at me, I didn't see what you did. I learned by watching what you do.
It doesn't matter. It's on the main screen.
And I looked at him and I says, sometimes things I do on your phone are not going to matter in the least to you. I says, now look.
It's on the main page.
And I turned his phone off. I says, now, turn your phone on. He turned it on. He opened the screen. I said, you see where it says photos right there? He looked at me and said, yeah. I said, tap that. And he tapped it and the photos opened.
Magic.
Just don't yell at me. Anyway, the ARP, back to the ARP. Teaching people how to podcast.
No, but it's telling them what podcasts are, how they work, and if you have an Android phone where you can listen to it, if you have an iPhone where you can listen.
Well, see, he knows we do this, and he's not up to... I told him, look, I can put the little app right on the front of your phone, just like I did for your photos.
Right.
And all you have to do is tap on it, and guess what? Laura and Debbie coming at you live. Well, not
Kinda
live.
Kind of live.
Yeah. Are you done?
Oh, my done.
Are you done with the magazine
yes,
article?
I am.
Okay, because I like to go into my personal favorite part is Facebook.
Okay. What about it?
I would like to thank Jennifer for her letting us know about Uber Conference. It was the most superest conversation. We were even duding.
The most superest?
We were duding each other.
Most superest.
Yeah, I chose those words. Thank you.
All right.
She is the host of the Fallout Files. If you want to give that a check out, it's another podcast, and she's like us.
Wait, what is it? The Fallout?
The Fallout Files.
Okay.
And the word "the" is there, so I don't know if that makes a difference or not. But we had the most awesomest, bestest conversation.
Did she send us a promo? Oh, she's working on it.
She's the one. Yeah,
That's right.
She's inept like we are on all of this stuff, and she's just jumping in and doing it.
We are inept with a capital I.
But we're doing it.
We are.
I mean, you can't expect a baby, just jump up and start running. They got to learn to crawl.
Pretty soon, it's going to be like 2 years from now. We're still going to be saying, we're inept. We don't know what we're doing.
Welcome to the shit show. Yes. I'd also love to say hi to Carol and Laura. Not you, Laura.
Who?
They're in England.
Oh, nice.
In 2 different parts. One's in Appledore, which I think, I should have wrote it down. I think different parts of England are pretty much like the United States. You have the one big conglomerate.
Right.
Then you have the separate states.
Oh, and then it goes down
then
to
you have, like,
counties,
we're in the Pittsburgh
cities.
area.
Okay.
And then, we're in same counties. And me and you even live in different town names.
Right.
But hi, Carol and Laura. Oh, and here's something else interesting. 3 of our listeners were born ass first.
Nice.
And Carol and Laura from England are 2 of them. And Anna was quick to pipe in that she was born ass first also.
But she's not from England, though.
No, Anna's not from England.
Okay.
But
they need an ass first club.
There you go. There's the first 3 members.
And they can fight over who's president.
Laura said that by the time that she was coming out, she was coming out ass first, and they didn't have time to do a C-section. And her mother was a super trooper, and she'd like to give her mother a shout out.
Damn right. Holy cow.
And we did have a really good conversation. I forgot to mention to them, hey, my real last name is Bradwell, and I know there's a Bradwell, England. Does anybody out there know anything about it? Can I be like related to royalty of some sort?
No, because you would have been at the royal wedding today.
Oh, I'm not even interested in that. Sorry to anybody who's interested in that stuff, but I have better things to do than watch billions of dollars.
Like sleep.
Be just like wasted. They paid like $93 million for trumpets to be played.
Well, the thing that bothered me about it was how they made the homeless people move.
I don't. This is. I don't even. This is not what we're talking about.
No,
today.
we won't talk about it.
We can. Anybody who wants to talk about the royal wedding, bring it up on Facebook. Good, bad, or indifferent.
She did have a beautiful dress, though. I do have to say that.
I didn't even see that. I'd like to say hi to Alexandra. We had a great conversation.
About what?
Stuff. If you want to find out, you can look it up on the Facebook page.
Oh,
she was asking.
okay.
She was asking what state we were in and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And I let her know I really couldn't disclose that, but
Oh, you mean the cult,
right?
So I'm like, wait, everyone knows we're in Pittsburgh.
Well,
I thought you meant the cult,
right? Where the
gotcha.
cult was located, and lady named Sue was laughing hysterically about the Instagram or Facebook something, the scary images on the Halloween.
Oh yeah,
stuff.
that was so funny. Yeah, like she said something about like, are these supposed to be scary?
I'm telling you, they picked the funniest, most nicest pictures.
They're idiots. The cult is just a bunch of idiots.
I don't know what to tell you. And finally, Megan, she chimed in and asked if I celebrated my children's birthdays afterwards.
Oh, I think I saw that.
And you bet your sweet ass I did. I wasn't allowed to leave the state for reasons for 5 years after I got divorced. But as soon as I moved me and my children off of my ex's property, and because of course I got screwed in the divorce, I got nothing. But that's a whole nother story. But we moved in the very beginning of August, and one of my children's birthdays is in August. And we threw...
Oh, you had one hell of a birthday party, I bet.
One hell of a party. And each year they just kept getting bigger and bigger. And I told...
Oh, good for you.
I told Megan that my most favorite birthday, because, favorite's pagan too. I rented a room at one of the local hotels. It had 2 big, huge queen-size beds. And they had an indoor swimming pool. They had a party room. So the entire birthday party was held at the hotel.
Oh, wow.
And any parents that didn't want their children to spend the night, they took them home. And the ones that spent the night, well, we had a heck of a good time.
Nice.
Yeah. It was always on the weekend because, of course, their father got them on the day of their birthday.
Oh.
Because that was legally, if it wasn't on a regular visitation day.
Okay.
Then he had right to them from the time they got out of school, I think until 8 o'clock that evening.
Okay.
And by then it was too late to do anything for their birthday.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So.
You might as well do it on the weekend anyway.
Well, we do something spectacular. We had one at the YMCA one time, and that one was huge. I think I was dating a guy that had 2 girls. Mm-hmm. So, and his girls, one of them was born around the same time and same birthday as one of my children. So we had a double birthday party.
Oh, nice.
And it would, kids jumping everywhere,
that's great.
Splashing. And that's about all I've got for Facebook. I'm always bored, guys, working, so I'm always there.
Start a conversation.
Start a conversation.
And we finally hit 1,000 followers on Twitter.
All right.
Yes.
I know you were stressing over that. And
I wasn't stressing.
idea why.
I just wanted to hit 1,000. So we did. Yay. So let's go for 2,000. So if you're not following us on Twitter, it's @wasinaCult.
I don't even Twitter.
You don't even Twitter. Tweet. You don't even Twitter.
I'm so far behind. I'm proud of myself for doing the Facebook group though.
You do a damn good job.
Why, thank you. And I let everybody, I'm waiting for the first ex-member to try and infiltrate.
Ooh.
Hasn't happened yet.
Ooh.
And
maybe they're under an alias.
I don't think so because everybody answers the questions correctly on...
Oh, that's true.
Of how they found us and stuff. So
Okay.
we've had a lot of gentlemen joining lately, which is great to see.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't know where they're finding us, but they're finding us somewhere.
Hey, guys. Thanks.
Well, on to Happy Doomsday, Laura.
Okay. Well, I have a propaganda pamphlet here titled Preparing for the Troubled Times Ahead. Okay. Now,
very troubled.
Apparently, this was for the teachers because when you open it up on the first page, it says to all teachers.
Exactly, because remember I told you I was friends with higher ups and my in-laws, he was an elder and stuff, so go ahead.
Okay, so they're teaching, this is for the teachers on what bullshit they're going to spew to the members. It says, we're making this another serious feast with a, quote, get on the ball, end quote, approach.
Of course.
For preparing for the days of trouble ahead. It is best to have our people prepared both spiritually and physically to help prevent the chaos that may occur without preparation. Chaos.
Anarchy in the streets.
Chaos. So, to prevent that chaos, it says this workshop is designed, blah, blah, blah. Each person also needs to have the basic items needed.
Workshop my ass. It was more of a,
what
are we going to
get
sell
money?
you?
Right, exactly, because it says each person needs to have the basic items needed for physical survival amidst the coming crisis. We've been commanded to prepare, so this is foremost! Exclamation point. The workshop will be for 8 days, and it is divided into spiritual and physical preparation. The suggested time is 4 days for each part.
Yes.
Oh, you remember that?
During the feasts, we always had classes, whether it was on chemical suits.
Whoa, stop right there, because I was just going to read this, and then I wanted to know if you remember it. It says, this feast, come prepared to demonstrate how to quickly and efficiently gear up with a chemical suit and gas mask, and how to build or assist in building your own safe room.
Oh, I got a whole thing on safe rooms. But yeah,
Did they show you how to put on your suit and gas mask and all that during a feast?
Well, every feast there would be drills because
What?
there's new people and they
that
need
makes
to
sense.
know how to do these things. And you were also taught to put your chemical suit and your gas mask on before you help your children or anybody
Sort
else.
of like the airplane deal.
Yes, but can you imagine as you're getting into your chemical suit and you got your gas mask on and you're watching your child breaking out into blisters and they're gasping at their throat and clawing, and here you are all nice and safe in your suit, and yeah, it was never a pretty thought.
I can't imagine it. I can't imagine. So then at the end of this page it says, so get on the ball.
You had to get on the ball. Yeah, the classes were like your gas mask. Do you know how to change a gas mask?
Why the hell would I know how to change a gas mask?
Do you know how to change the filter on one?
Why would I?
Okay, and here's the interesting thing. Nobody could ever explain this to me because in order to use a gas mask or a respirator, you have to have a clean, naked, shaven face. So
Okay.
here's all these men running around with beards.
Right.
And they're being instructed to shave their beard area to make the suction on the gas mask.
You mean as the end of days are coming, they have to shave?
No, before you put your gas mask on. Like if you actually have to use it.
Where the hell, do they carry a razor with them?
You know, me and the women used to laugh about this stuff because seriously, you're hearing the sirens, the gas is rolling through the streets, and
The last
excuse me,
thing- I gotta
have
go
to
shave.
Yeah, but biblically, you're not allowed to shave your face for any reason. And when I brought that up to my counselors, I'm like, well, it says right here, you're not supposed to. The men are not allowed to shave their face for any reason. Well, of course, the leader is allowed to override shit at times.
Because
I
what?
don't
Because
know.
God spoke to him in a dream or something?
I don't know, but gas masks come in different sizes for different
Okay.
faces.
Okay.
And so do the chemical suits. And they make children's chemical suits.
And we're going to post pictures of these because one of the pamphlets has all kind of pictures and a price list and all kind of good stuff.
I have chemical suits and gas masks still.
Nice.
Yeah.
You have to shoot me a picture of like the gas mask.
Okay. Yeah. And the kids, like, it was one of those secret things. Like, I asked people that I talked to this week, what do you remember most about preparing for the end or just in general stuff? And one woman said that she remembered that we were always sharing tips on like where to get the free condiments. You know, you go to McDonald's and you get the ketchup and
Right, but you stocked up on those, right?
yeah, these are tips. Okay.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay.
And then while you're at the same McDonald's, grab as many napkins as you can because
Right.
you might need those at some
Right.
point. But it was unspoken, but you weren't supposed to sell or trade the gas masks or the chemical suits because of the DNA. Remember?
Oh God, here we go.
Here we go again with the DNA, right? Them suckers are expensive to begin with. And throw in the markup that the cult put on them.
Right.
Or, you know, your kid just outgrew his chemical suit and gas
Oh
mask.
crap, that's right.
Are you going to go and spend another $200?
Oh my God! So you couldn't hand that down to your other kid?
No,
don't-
you weren't
Oh, what a bunch of crap!
supposed to.
Yeah, what a bunch of crap.
But yeah, that was one of the things that somebody told me that they remembered about.
Oh my God!
About
the
the
damn
Doomsday.
DNA. Tell you.
It's the DNA.
I'll tell you. Then out here it says what to expect. Now this is the mental pressure, and it has pictures, these little cartoons of all these people look all stressed out. I like the woe is me.
I'm sure they had better clip art back in the to late
I don't know,
90s.
but the pictures are just so beautiful. The mental pressure. It says things are closing in on us. What the prophecies show and what's going on around us indicate to us the closeness of our time. The pressure is building. We cannot collapse, give up, or run. There you go.
You were supposed to run to them. Get this. They
What?
used to sell portable made out of PVC pipe, okay, and plastic and duct tape. That was sold
For what?
because we live in Pittsburgh. We work here. We go to the feast 3 times a year, right?
Right.
Well, all of a sudden, the world's ending, and we have to get to that state.
Oh my God.
So you might have to only trek so far. You could only maybe we're down to walking before we're too tired to keep going. So that's where you set up your portable room that has the air filter and everything else, because if you don't have an air filter, you'll suffocate. There's Pippi barking.
There's Pipsqueak barking.
We're going to take a break right here because I have to pee anyway. Sorry for the break. Pippi was barking at the Amazon guy.
Amazon guy.
Yes, yes. We were talking about the safe rooms.
Okay.
The portable ones that they would sell were for like people working out of
And
town.
wait, these safe rooms are above ground?
They're just made so you're not out in the chemicals.
Okay.
It's like if you're traveling and you're trying to...
So, at the end of the world, with the nuclear, chemical, whatever, your little PVC safe room that's like some little shanty town.
Not even, because it's made out of plastic. I think 8
And that's
going
to keep you safe. All right,
It's
just
gonna,
checking.
while you're stopping to rest and sleep for the
God's
night.
sake.
That way, you got a room of purified air to rest in. And don't forget to bring your 5-gallon bucket to pee in.
Oh my God.
Because you can't go outside and pee, so you had to have a 5-gallon bucket to do your business in.
Who makes this up?
I don't know. People obviously made it up there.
Oh my God.
And then we had classes on how to turn a room in your own house into a safe room, how you duct tape the windows closed.
Okay, that makes a tad bit more sense. Or something underground or whatever. That at least kind of makes some sense. But to like travel along schlepping stuff over your shoulder to like pitch a tent for
I
the
don't
night.
make up
What
the rules.
hell?
I honestly wondered if people, just sat around and thought about things that because these portable rooms were not cheap. And I mean, they were just PVC, plastic, and duct tape. And
Which you can go to Home Depot and probably drop $30.
Exactly. Well, PVC is a little more than that, but
Okay, but still, I'm sure that's not what the cult charged.
no, they charge like 10 times of what it costs to build one. But you got all your pieces and they were labeled in marker.
Hey, already then, sort of like an IKEA
Yeah.
together IKEA thing.
Except PVC pipe snaps together. You don't even have to.
You don't need the Swedish directions or whatever.
No, you just got your little 3 ways for the top or 4. I don't remember. But yeah,
I'm just cracking up. I'm just picturing this little makeshift thing
in the middle of the road,
in the middle of the road somewhere,
in the apocalypse. As you're
so the quote apocalypse
and
quote.
and then they would tell you, how long after you had it set up that you have to go in and you could breathe the air because wonderful information.
Oh my God! Now speaking of all of this stuff that you needed, it says. If you're having financial difficulty, a little budgeting or financial counseling might be helpful.
Oh yeah,
Preparing.
Oh yeah.
I like the laugh on you're like, yeah.
Everything is so expensive, and it used to kill me because they would go to the local Army Navy store and buy
Dirt cheap.
and then they would turn around and sell it to people, the out-of-towners mostly. Because the out-of-towners didn't know where to buy this stuff,
Right.
and it's being, oh my gosh, we need it now. And they would load up 5 gas masks for the family,
Oh my God. Well, this workbook, it has a budget sheet. Okay, so you can kind of put your needs, your basic food, your wants, blah, blah, blah. So it's basically for you to budget to see how much money you have or you will need for the end of
Is that
time.
your writing or mine?
Why the hell would that be my writing?
Let me look at that real quick. Hold on, guys.
Wait, I just want to say though, so at the bottom it says, if it's a plus, then there's a surplus of money. If it's a minus, there's not enough money.
I must have actually filled this one out.
You
Hold
did.
on.
It's sure as hell's not me. Why would I fill that out?
Look, it even requires first, second, and third tithe on here. Taxes. Dang.
You don't remember doing that?
No, I don't. I really don't. Oh, look, it even has man's income, woman's income, other income. Yeah. Okay, look, I obviously didn't finish it because I don't have a budget
It looks like you started, then you just went like the hell with it.
I think this is one of the ones that my ex shoved at me and said, do this.
Okay.
And so I started to do it. I don't know.
Is this my writing? The hell?
I saw that. Well, have you ever looked at something and wondered if it was your writing?
I guess so.
Yeah, that's why I usually didn't do these things.
No, Debbie, as I was preparing for this, I sat there and I was like, let me budget myself.
I thought maybe you started to do that.
What the hell's wrong with you? Oh, my God. Oh. Well, then it goes on. They're talking about how you have to be mentally ready, like physically, mentally, financially ready, whatever. So they have this cute little thing in here about depression, which I'm not even going to go talk about because then I'm going to be like pulling out my soapbox and getting all pissed off about how them talking about how to handle depression.
Okay.
But I think it's kind of funny. And they have like a little lady here with a little sad face, little clip art with a glass of water. I guess, I don't know, water's making her feel better.
You could probably post that page on the media, social media.
I could do that.
And just take out the words we don't put in.
But it does say the most important thing anyone can do for the depressed person is to help him or her get involved in learning the scriptures.
Yes, because that helps everything.
It may require making an appointment and accompanying the depressed person to the overseer.
Oh my gosh, look at you clenching your jaw. Look at you clenching your jaw. Yes, the overseer.
Who the hell's the overseer?
Grand Poobah. The big man himself.
So if you're depressed, oh my God. See, maybe I need to go down there.
Yeah, he can. Oh well, they used to lay hands on you to
I'd
rid
last
of
2 minutes.
demons
I'd last
whatnot.
2 minutes.
But it came out about touching unclean women, and now they hand you this little tiny. It's like a 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch linen thing in a plastic bag that's anointed with the holy oil that the priest prayed over, and you're supposed to stick it on your forehead while you're saying your prayers, and it's supposed to be the same thing as the elders laying their hands on you. So I think this is outdated because I don't think the big man himself is going to help you, in your depression, Laura.
See, I would love to sit down and have a talk about neurotransmitters with him.
He wouldn't know what you're talking about.
I know, but I would love it. I would just love to call his bluff and just...
He thinks bats are birds, for crying out loud.
That's true. That is true.
Come on.
That's true. But I would just love it.
All right. What else?
Then there's the physical preparation. They're talking about... Ooh, hear that thunder.
Yes, I love a good storm, and if we get knocked out, we're going to... You know what? Maybe did you save this?
No, I don't save it till we're done. I can't save it till we're done.
Oh, well, can you save 2 parts?
No, I don't know how to. I'm sure I can.
Oh, because we're just...
Look at me, really. Like I know how to. Oh, my God. Okay, so then they're talking about... Let me get this other sheet. Okay, so suggested survival plan list. So in addition to your chemical gear, there's the basic gear.
There's too much to list, but a shovel is a must.
Well, I love that. A shovel is a must. But I'm going to take a picture of this and post this on social media because it's kind of funny. Then they also have...
Don't ask me why a shovel's a must because you're supposed to have...
To bury your dead.
Really?
I don't know.
Well,
I watch too much true crime. So when I see shovel, I think bury the dead. Bury your victim.
I don't know, but remember you're supposed to have your 5-gallon bucket with you to be in your safe room because you can't go outside to go to the bathroom. So what do you need a shovel for?
To bury dead people.
I don't know.
Start watching true crime and that's what you'll be like, yep, uh-huh.
Read on.
Okay. Oh, now this is one you need to talk about. They were talking about essential oils, especially Young Living essential oils. Why was it specifically Young Living?
Because we had a woman join that she was already doing the Young Living essential oils.
Like selling them.
Selling them, yes. She was a distributor. And the leader latches on to any single woman who has something, whether
Like an income, you mean?
an income,
Okay.
money, an inheritance, a business. That's who the leader latches onto and then sucks you dry.
Gotcha.
Well, he figured out everybody was using these Young Living essential oils because, and I'm not promoting them. They smell bad. They smell bad. They smell bad. Well, actually, it's just a trigger for me now to smell them.
Okay.
I do have a couple
I bet.
stories about the oils. One you'll get a kick out of. Both of them I think you will. But anyway, she ended up becoming one of the leader's wives. He saw how...
Get out.
Yeah, imagine that. She was in my speech class. This is the only reason I know this. And she gave a lot of speeches on the oils.
Okay.
She would incorporate the oils into her speeches and try and sell them to us in class. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And anyway, the oils caught on, and he started having the store sell them. And
okay.
so everybody started buying from the store instead of buying from her.
Oh, of course.
Of course, they
Right.
take over everything that makes money.
And she probably didn't even see it coming.
Probably not. I don't even remember what happened to her. She wasn't somebody I hung out with. I just remember her from speech class and the year that the oils became big. Now, remember I told you I went to Israel, right?
Yes.
Well, I was in Israel and I was probably second, third day there in a 10-day trip.
Okay.
We're walking around and we're looking at stuff. And gentlemen, can gentlemen get urinary tract infections?
Sure can.
Anybody out there who's ever had a urinary tract infection, you know how painful it is.
Oh my God, I know the story.
And you know that you feel like you're going to either pee yourself.
Right. Oh, they're horrible.
Every
They're
10 minutes.
Absolutely horrible, yeah.
And if you're walking around, as a tourist, you can ignore the feeling to go because you know you're not going to have to. But 15 minutes later, you'll have 15 or 20 drops of pee come out
You need
regardless.
to pee, yeah.
And I was in a foreign country. Where do you seek help for this?
Right,
Okay.
right.
And so I waited till that evening, and I called the nurse. She was one of my friends, and
Now, was she with you in Israel? Or
No, no.
you called her back?
I called her back
home with the
back
call.
in the States.
Okay.
Because we'd call, I'd talk to my kids every night.
Okay.
And we made the decision because it's really expensive. Calling cards international.
Oh, back then?
I don't even
right.
remember how much it was a minute,
Right.
but we had to try, we budgeted for phone calls, believe
Okay.
it or not. But we made the decision, and I called her, and she asked what essential oils we had with us because we were allowed to travel with them. And she asked, do you have any thieves oil? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, here's what you need to do. Now, let me tell you, do you know why it's called thieves oil, Laura?
Yes, I actually do.
Why?
Because this is the story I heard. In the Middle Ages, the thieves would use whatever mixture of oils these are to go and rob people, especially people like that have died, graves, whatever. And these oils would prevent them from getting any kind of bacteria or virus. And
That's because they would put it on their upper lip
Right.
underneath their nose.
you're surprised I knew this, huh?
I am surprised. A+ for you,
How about
girlfriend.
that?
But thieves oil, if it can keep you from getting the plague by
Right.
breathing it,
Then
this is
damn
some
it's good.
serious shit, okay?
Right.
It was the Sabbath the next day, and she instructed me, because it's the Sabbath, wait till tomorrow. Get a gallon of water
Okay.
and put like 10 drops of thieves oil in it.
Okay.
Then she said, to be more comfortable, strip down from the waist down because you're going to be spending a few hours on the toilet. And she told me to drink as much of this thieves oil water as I could stomach, as fast as I could.
So just like chug that gallon or whatever.
I got halfway through it, is all I can tell you. And this is the day before smartphones, and you can only read the toothpaste so many times.
Right, right.
You can only read the shampoo so many times. And, of course, I had no books because we weren't allowed to have worldly books.
Oh, that's right.
And I was not going to sit on the shitter reading the scriptures.
Well, plus you get cramps in your legs, and then you get that like ass ring from the toilet.
Yeah. Well, let's say I got... and it's the Sabbath, so my mom and Kenny are in the very next room sleeping. Okay. There's a door between us.
Okay.
2 double beds. And in Israel, they don't have showers like you would think. The entire bathroom floor is sloped towards the shower on one end, and you don't step into a bath or a shower. You just simply open the curtain and walk forward, okay?
Okay.
Here I am sitting with naked from the waist down, bored to death, halfway through this water thinking I can't take another sip of it. And I get a brilliant idea, Laura. I'm thinking, okay, well, I'm sending 10 drops of this stuff through my system, okay?
Right.
I'm just going to get the tiniest little bit on my finger and I'm going to put it at the root of the problem and it's going to work its way upwards. Okay? Let me tell you about instant regret, okay? I thought my vagina was on fire. I thought somebody shoved a habanero pepper in me, okay? And my mom and Kenny are sleeping on the other side of the door, and I have my hands clamped over my mouth like this, going, trying to silently scream and trying to figure out what I do before my vagina falls off, okay?
Oh my God.
Well, actually, it was my urethra tube, okay? And I jumped up, I ran for the shower, which was like 4 feet away.
Oh my God.
And I have the shampoo in my hand, like gobs of it, and I am just scrubbing scrubbing.
That's not even going to help though, because like your skin absorbed the oil. Did it help?
Cold water, a lot of shampoo, and about 10 minutes later, I could breathe again.
Oh my God.
Let me tell you, I've never had another urinary tract infection since 2001.
And if you do, guess what you aren't going to do to it?
No, that's not happening again. The other story, I love this one, from the Young Living oils, is people really didn't know what they were doing with them like I didn't, okay? So
Yeah, apparently.
I had come back from my trip, and it was probably 6-8 months later, and I'm sitting at my friend's house, and we're sitting in her trailer, and we're sitting at the kitchen table. All of a sudden, this blood-curdling scream comes out of the bathroom, and she's in a double-wide trailer.
Okay.
I have my back to that direction, so as I'm turning around, I see her husband running for the kitchen, naked as a jaybird, okay? Junk flapping in the wind, eyeballs as big as dinner plates, screaming at the top of his lungs.
Where did he put oil?
Okay. He grabs her 1 gallon jug of Wesson cooking oil, brand new.
Uh-huh.
He squats like a caveman on the linoleum floor and starts pouring it down his back ass end. He's got handfuls of it as he is scrubbing it up into his man parts, okay? And he's screaming at the top of his lungs. And I'm sitting, it's a train wreck. I can't look away. It's a train wreck. And my mouth must be on the table, and he's still scrubbing and calming down a bit.
Oh my God.
At this point, my friend slaps me, and she's like, I think you need to leave now. And yeah, that was
So wait, what happened? What did he do?
he put straight peppermint oil on his hemorrhoids.
Oh dear God.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. Ouch.
I don't recommend
Oh.
either of the things I just told you.
Oh.
I really wish that would have happened to him before I went, to Israel, because I would have known not to put it there.
Right.
Yeah, these are very, very pugnact, strong.
No
things.
essential oils on the private parts.
No, and not in your eyes, and no.
I would say any kind of like mucosal membrane.
I would
basically.
say if maybe you cut it with like a cooking oil or olive oil, I could have done that. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
But straight,
Oh,
oh
no.
gosh, no. Moving on.
Okay. Now, this has a grocery list of things. It says, groceries are your personal choice, but the following is a great list to choose from. Now, there's a bunch of stuff listed, but...
Do they have Jack Mackerel listed?
I don't know. But they have 2 things listed that I think are hysterical for the end of times to make sure you're safe for the apocalypse, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, please share.
Oh, I'm going to. Salsa picante sauce, beer and wine. Don't die over there. So apparently we don't want the staples. We're going to have a party. We're going to have picante sauce,
And beer and wine.
Yeah, those are on the list.
Okay, and I lived in a place that every summer it was over 100 days in a row that it was over 100 degrees. Were we supposed to be drinking hot beer and hot wine?
I don't know, but it sounds like you guys supposed
And
to
where's
party.
the chips for the salsa? Are we
Oh,
just
no, wait, I
eating
believe,
straight
no,
salsa?
No, hold on here. Hold on. I think it does say something about... Wait, maybe it doesn't. I'm looking.
Oh,
You know what? I do not see any kind of... Apparently, you're just, like, drinking the salsa and the beer. I don't know.
sucking salsa, man.
There you go.
Oh, on a second note, a lot of people prepared for the end in different ways. The gentleman I just told you about in the peppermint oil, his double wide trailer was covered over in this huge ass structure. Okay. And there were a lot of windows so light could still get in. He had fish tanks in there. You could grow stuff. So it was sort of like a greenhouse covering his house.
Right.
Because he wanted to ensure that his family could go outside during the apocalypse and he could still grow food.
Because that's what you'd want to do, right?
He could still keep chickens because I mean I'm telling you this structure around this double wide trailer was huge, corrugated metal and windows. I'm gonna try and look for a picture of it. I'm pretty sure I have a picture of it.
Oh, good.
And we'll be able to post it.
Oh, cool.
So, but different people prepared in different ways.
Okay. Well, what does this mean? On the back here, it says 1 month tribulation package.
Oh,
What the hell's that?
Well, okay. Now
I mean, because it says recommended package for one person for 1 month, and the cost is
back then $300.
$300
for 1 month supply, and you're gonna have to post a picture of that because there's too much. But
I will.
The one thing that caught my eye, Laura, we talked about the keeper, right? The
that was the menstrual cup, right?
Okay, now who needs a brand new keeper menstrual cup every month, or what does it say? 28 pads. What do you need?
One package of panty liners, one keeper, or 24 pads.
Who uses 24 pads in a period? I don't use pads, but I mean, isn't that an extraordinary a lot to use for one period?
Or, I like this, 1 box of Q-tips. 1 box of Q-tips lasts me, 6 months?
I don't think I've bought a box of Q-tips in a couple years. I mean,
seriously. 4 bars of soap?
Now, how is somebody who works at the press room making $40 a week supposed to afford a tribulation package of $300 a month?
Oh my God. 1 5-pound bag of sugar.
Yes.
Per month?
Yeah.
What in God's name are you doing with that?
I guess getting diabetes.
Holy.
Getting diabetes. I'm getting diabetes.
Oh my God. Oh, but they do say 1 bottle of wine.
Oh, they're getting you drunk at least one night a week or once a month.
But that's just... Okay, so you need all these Q-tips, but only 1 bottle of wine per month.
Maybe I'm going to... you can trade me your wine. I'll give you more Q-tips.
Oh my God.
Well, that's how I ended up with 3,000 tampons because I figured I was going to trade them. And yeah.
Yeah, we will definitely post a picture of this because there's way too much crap here.
Hey, do you know what the gas tank looks like underneath a gas station?
Nope.
It looks like a huge, huge, huge corrugated pill. Okay? Like think gel cap type thing.
Right.
And they were selling these. Don't ask me who got a hold of them, but they were all over the front of the property before you went through the gates with big for sale on them. And they were meant for you to buy to use as a fallout bomb shelter. You could bury it in your backyard.
Oh, wow.
And
now, see, that makes more sense to me than, once again, schlepping along PVC pipe.
I don't know what... and can you imagine one little hole in that?
That's what I'm saying. Oh, my God. What a bunch of idiots.
I didn't buy one.
Oh, my God.
I didn't buy one. I did not. Oh, and they encouraged you, because I'm assuming, again, they were a dealer. Like the Young Living Oils, they made money. Okay?
Right.
We were encouraged to purchase nitrogen-packed 5-gallon buckets of food. Cheese powder, egg powder.
So everything's
rice.
Powdered? Or what?
Well, it's freeze dried.
Oh,
and
okay,
nitrogen packed.
Okay.
So like banana slices, strawberry slices. The list was endless that you could buy, and it was supposed to be nitrogen packed and good for 10 years. Okay?
Okay.
Now, stick these buckets in the backs of tractor trailers in the sun for years.
Ooh.
Okay? I can tell you that our $20,000 worth of food is probably long since expired, since we started buying it 25 years ago.
Oh, God, that's disgusting.
Yeah, and I talked to somebody who left. And what they started doing was buying expired buckets of food for $5 a bucket from people. Especially like the rice, the
Were
cheese
they
sauce, the
reselling it?
eggs. They were using it for the cafe.
Oh, dear God.
My one friend's little girl, she was old enough to be, because you're supposed to put your children into service as soon as they're able.
Okay.
So her little girl, during the feast, her job was to drop the rice into 5-gallon buckets of water and stir it around.
Okay.
And I call them mothra, but they're pantry moths.
Oh, okay.
Excuse me. Her job was to take a strainer and strain out all the moth and moth eggs that floated to the top.
Gross.
I know a lot of the rice went rancid, and they tried to cover it up with different flavors and things. Yeah. So, like, I don't remember how much stuff cost, but like, let's say a 5-gallon
disgusting.
bucket of powdered eggs cost $115.
Okay.
It's expired. They're graciously giving you $5. And then they're turning around and making expired powdered eggs and selling them for breakfast at the cafe.
Oh, my God.
Yes, yes, yes. It's never ending what they do for money. Never ending. They had people there was a sale at the grocery store that to get you in there, and you didn't have to buy a single thing.
Okay.
It was a 6-pack of like Pepsi products. I think Mountain Dew's Pepsi, isn't it?
I think so.
Anyway, a 6-pack of bottles was 99 cents. Limit 2 per person.
Okay.
They had people that were dedicated people that would go to these grocery stores to buy as many of these 2 per person.
Right.
So you start at one end of the cashiers.
And you make your way down each.
And then the next time you go in, you go at the other end until you're like meeting in the middle.
Gotcha.
So nobody remembers seeing you.
Gotcha.
And you do that as many times as you can. And then they were turned around and selling them for $1.25 a bottle.
Oh my
And
God.
nobody was buying them for that much. If they would have sold them for 50 cents a bottle, they'd have made a killing.
Right.
But they ended up sitting all summer long.
Good.
In a trailer.
Good.
And they all went flat. Well, the shitty thing was people bought them, they were flat and brought them back, and they were told, I'm sorry, we're not allowed to issue refunds.
Oh.
So until word got around the entire feast grounds,
Right. Like,
people were buying these horrible. They weren't expired, but they were kept in
Flat.
conditions that they
Right.
weren't meant to be.
Right.
Broiling trailers. Yeah.
oh my God. I just like the fact that they lost money on some of that, though. I love
I
it.
don't know if they lost money because 99 cents a 6-pack, and I don't know how many they sold.
Just
They might have broke even. Who knows?
let me pretend they lost money.
Anyway, keep going.
I think that's all I have from the pamphlets.
All right. Well, I did talk to a bunch of people this past week, as you know, I have my homework book.
Right.
This person said would like to be quoted by name. Okay.
Okay.
Yael said that, because I asked people, what's the most memorable thing about Doomsday or
Okay.
having to prepare, that aspect. And Yael said that every time you turned around, the fucking end was coming.
Okay, well that leads me to ask, how many times did like the end is coming? Oops, here we are.
A lot.
How many? Can you remember how many times exactly?
When I joined in 93, we were supposed to have 3.5 years left. That was it.
Okay.
That's,
Now, did you believe that?
I was there for love and lust. Come on.
But I'm saying were you just like, yeah, right?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you can't control anything around you. I mean, anyway. But he reminded me, because see, I joined in 93,
Okay.
and 97 was supposed to be the first time that the world was going to end.
Okay.
But see, according to them, time starts and stops according to world events.
Of course it does. Of course
So
it does.
at some point, the time stopped and it became stagnant. Then they were predicting the year 2000.
Okay.
Remember
Y2K.
Your computer was going to blow
Right, yeah,
flames
Y2K.
out.
Right,
and everybody's
right.
neighborhoods were going to
Right.
burn. Okay. I was gone by then, but this guy, he was in until I think '09 maybe.
Okay.
But again in 4, 7, and 8, and that's when he left. So yeah, that's 5 times right
That's
there.
so funny. But time
it starts and stops.
Well, that's a good explanation for why, why the end didn't really happen.
I asked a couple of other people, like I said, what do you remember? And the one woman said, just the constant fear. The constant fear of trying to keep my baby safe. Do I have everything that I need? If the end happened tomorrow, what am I missing?
So she firmly believed it
Yes.
was coming.
She
Okay.
firmly believed it was coming, and she lived it just for years in fear.
Oh my God.
That's what she remembers. Just always living in fear. Somebody else told me that what they remember is there was always something new. Always something new to keep you alive that you needed. Whether it was a supplement, it was a chemical suit,
gas
it was
mask,
a food.
whatever. Okay.
Yeah, and see, the booklet that you read out of was published in 2002. Because every feast
Was a new one, probably.
They update all the booklets.
Oh, because now you need to buy this.
Well, not only that, but they would change it in the scripture book.
Oh, that's right.
But
okay.
they always keep adding to the pamphlets. They never get rid of one.
No. Why would we do that?
They just take things out, change it, or add to it. So what you read out of was a 2002 feast guide for
so there's a
preparing for the
lot
end.
of stuff that's been added, I'm sure.
I talked to somebody a few weeks ago, and when I left, my book was a 7th edition.
Okay.
I left in 2003. They are now up to the 17th
Holy cow.
edition. And you're always encouraged to purchase a new book.
Well, of course you are.
Well, back then it was $50. I can only imagine what
man.
it is now.
And this is somebody that's making, what, $40 a week?
Yeah.
Nice. Perfect.
Yeah. Let's see. What else? Oh, somebody else. I have no personal knowledge of this. They told me this happened to a neighbor of theirs.
Okay.
The neighbor had dogs, and he was preparing for the end with his dogs.
Okay.
So he got one of those portable garages. You know the kind you can buy at like Harbor Freight or something. It's canvas and metal.
Oh, yeah.
You just
okay.
put it together.
Right.
He stocked it with hundreds upon hundreds of pounds of dog food.
Oh, my God.
Filled it, forgot about it. Then the rat epidemic started.
I was just going to say that could not be good.
They couldn't figure out where the explosion of rats was coming from until they found where the rats had eaten in. And they actually made, the rats had to have been in heaven.
No kidding.
They made their nest in the dog food bags, in the piles.
Oh, they had to be.
They burrowed through it, and it was like
my
tunnels and shit.
Oh, gross. That's so disgusting.
I wasn't there, but I heard they set fire to the whole thing, and like there were burning rats running out of the pile. And I'm not in favor of burning anything alive. You know what I mean? I would have figured out some other way to get rid of it. Yeah.
Oh, God, that's so disgusting.
And I'm so excited.
About what?
I told you that I had some exciting news that's going to be exciting for me and maybe some other people.
But not for me?
You're going to give a big cheers, okay? Anyway, I forgot to mention this because, see, my homework book, all the homework I do, it's in the wrong, I wrote it down in the wrong spot.
What is the big news?
I spoke to an ex-member today that told me, and I'm going to use their old names, not their cult names.
Okay.
That Carrie and Toby finally left. Now, I don't know if their kids are gone, but Carrie's daughter was supposed to marry my son when they became of age.
Oh, wow.
And remember me mentioning the gold feast, the polished shaft and shit?
Yeah.
I saw pictures of Carrie and her daughter on their Facebook page, and there was a baby between them. And the daughter is of age where she could have been married off and that could have been a baby, But then again, Carrie kept having babies.
So it could have been hers too.
I had no idea. I'm going to try and find out some more, but I don't know if the daughter or the 2 sons left. But I know that those 2.
2 of them got the hell out.
They got the hell out. And I'm going to call him Elder Ben because that's short for what his cult name was. But yeah, Elder Ben and his entire family, from what I hear from this person, they left. And they are... An elder left.
Whoa.
And that elder was there from before me. And I don't know if it's recent.
What would it take for an elder to leave? I mean, because they're all in on the bullshit. Why would they leave?
A lot of them are there really thinking that they're doing the Lord and God's work. They really do.
So does something just hit them one day like, this is a bunch of bullshit?
I have no idea. My ex is still there 25 years later. I have no idea. But yeah, Elder Ben and his family.
More people got the hell out.
And they're on the Big Island is all I can say. I'm not going to say where they are, but they're on the Big Island if you catch my drift.
Gotcha.
Anna, you might run into them sometime. Yes. And I talked to my friend, I forgot to mention, Drizzle. She's one of my oldest friends. Drizzle.
I love that name.
She changed her name in life too. Because she doesn't live in Pittsburgh anymore. And where she lives, every time there'd be a party, an outing, or whatever, it would be drizzling. And because she's from Pittsburgh.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
They started calling her Drizzle. Because she was bringing the drizzle with her. So she got tired of it and she's like, screw it, I'll make it my name. She's the coolest person.
No shit, she legally is Drizzle.
She legally changed her name to Drizzle. But I talked to her the other day and she quit at our hiatus. And she's finally back to listening to us, but she had an interesting perspective. She said that she used to listen to us on her morning commute, because it's like an hour and a half morning commute. But some of the stuff that we talk about is very heavy or depressing.
Okay.
And those things stick with her all day. And how do people live like this? How do you make another human being do this?
Right.
So, yeah, shout out to you, Driz. I hope you're still listening. I know you are. But
hey, Drizzle.
I hope everybody's enjoying it. I try and make it not depressing, but
it is what it is.
There's some things out there that
there's some things you can't sugarcoat. You know.
I'm not Willy Wonka. I don't sugarcoat shit. Sorry. You know.
No snozberries or
no snozberries or everlasting gobstoppers. But anyway, I could have I should have covered sugar coated shit. For the big man's box, because he got period chocolate at least.
We'll get into that some other time.
I know,
because that is hysterical.
Chocolate covered shit. Anyway, that's about all I have for today. Everything's tossed out.
For next week, or are we going to think about it? What do you want to do?
I don't know. I think we've been doing pretty good just thinking about what we want to dive into. And you can look through your pile of propaganda and go, hey, what about this?
Okay. Well, like we've been doing, we've been swapping promos with other podcasts.
Yes, it's been fun.
Which has been fun. And if anybody would like to swap promos with us, just send it to our email address at igotthehellout@gmail.com.
It's first come, first serve.
First come, first serve.
We're already booked up to July.
No, end of June.
End of June. But that's what I said, July, the beginning of July.
That's true. But we can still put you on the calendar. You will get it put in the episode, whatever. But this one for today, it is called the Chewed Gum Podcast.
Do you know that out at Conneaut that there's a little roller coaster there that when you go past it, you just have the most
random bullshit.
Look, you're on this ride, and you're on this roller coaster ride at Conneaut Lake Park, and you're supposed to take your chewed gum out and stick it to the wall. There are thousands upon thousands of pieces of chewed gum. I'm going to find one on the internet, and we're going to post it.
Alrighty.
Because I stuck gum there. I did. I stuck gum there the last time I was there a few years ago. Me and my kids. It was a tradition. We go, ready, guys, stick!
Oh, my God.
And you go past the wall so quick, you have to just slam it on there. Chewed gum. Okay, we're back to the chewed gum.
Well, that's not what it has here. What they're doing.
No,
what if it was a podcast just about Conneaut and throwing gum on the wall?
No.
Anyway, the Chewed Gum Podcast. It says, our podcast is strictly for roughing up the entertainment industry. So they basically like watch movies, TV shows, whatever, bullshit about it. And the one that I listened to, I believe it was their episode number 5. It was titled From Cosmo Kramer to Clint Eastwood. And they talk about Seinfeld, The Twilight Zone, The Commuter, and it says, and much more. Seriously. So, yeah, so they basically just talk about TV shows, movies, entertainment, and it's kind of bullshit about it. So give them a listen. It is called Chewed Gum Podcast. On Twitter, it is at Chewed Gum Pod, and we are going to have their promo at the end of this episode.
All right, guys, and as always, we'd love to help each and every one of you get the hell out. We're still working on resources. Yay, us!
Oh, dear God, we're going to be working on this forever.
But that's okay. I like working on things. Okay. I'm going to try and recruit...
It's just frustrating.
Look, I'm going to try and recruit your brother.
I know. If you ask him, because if I ask him, he'll just be like, yeah, right. You ask him.
Well, I'll offer my services for his services. That didn't come out
that
right.
Doesn't sound good. That's
Let's be clear on this, guys. I work for Laura's brother.
That doesn't sound right either.
His fiance would hate me.
Oh my God. Oh
Erica,
my God.
You're a lovely woman. I met you once.
That's so funny. Oh. Please clarify.
I work for your brother, and instead of...
And he's a computer guy.
Yes. So I'm hoping we can trade professional services.
If that's what you want to call it.
All right. Well, guys, until next week, I'll be thinking about what I'm going to talk to you about.
Alrighty. So hang around and listen to the promo for Chewed Gum Podcast. And until next week, I'm Laura.
I'm Debbie, and this has been I Got the Hell Out.
See you guys.
Bye.
Do you enjoy entertainment? Have you wasted money or time not knowing what to expect?
Well, look no further.
The Chewed Gum Podcast is your answer.
It's a plastic blast.
We are the Gruesome Twosome, Seamus and Luke. We find the latest entertainment and give you our views and hopefully save you time and money. So come listen to the Gruesome Twosome and chew up recent entertainment. Who's listening to you, dummies?